My child, stop right there. You shouldn't scroll right now. Now is the time to pay attention. You must hear what I have to say. You can miss the exact word your heart has been silently yearning for if you hurry past this. Remain with me. Don't jump forward. I am going to put something in your spirit. Don't let distractions take it. I am going to address what has been wearing you down. Call you out of the chapter that has tied you for far too long and reveal what has been deceiving you. Thus, remain to the very end. Allow each word to land. Let all the walls fall. Because it is not coincidental that you are hearing this right now. It's a summons. And the course of events may alter far more than you anticipated. I need you to comprehend something before your mind tries to race forward once more. So please stop right there and spend a little time with me, my dear kid. You didn't just happen to land here, and you didn't stop because you had a random thought. I am familiar with you. As your day continues to unfold around you, you could be tempted to believe that this is just another message, another fleeting interruption, or another set of words. However, I am telling you honestly and tenderly that this time is more significant than you currently understand. I am aware of how fast your mind tries to make sense of things. I am aware of how frequently you convince yourself that anything is probably simply a coincidence, since it is more convenient than thinking that I am actually so involved and aware of the precise your heart starts to grow weary enough to listen at last. However, I have been more intimate than you realize, and I have been observing the nuances that you would have thought were insignificant. I understand how you were feeling prior to coming here. I am aware of what has been weighing heavily on your chest. I am aware of how many ideas have been racing through your head at once. And I am aware of how difficult it has been for you to maintain your composure while projecting a stable exterior. You've been attempting to stay up with obligations, expectations, setbacks, and feelings that haven't had a suitable place to rest. While you've been hopping from one thing to another, a part of your heart has been silently pleading for something genuine, anchoring, and able to penetrate beyond noise and touch the deeper aching that you haven't fully identified. And now here you are, at this moment of halt and interruption, where my words may reach you without being interrupted by all the regular distractions. I require that you let yourself think that I know how to get in touch with you, even if it's just for the time being. Even though your head is still guarded, I can tell when your heart is open. I am aware of the point at which you are too exhausted to continue acting as though nothing is wrong. I can tell when the version of you that continues to operate and smile is insufficient to deal with the inner turmoil. In ways you did not always identify as prayer, you have been seeking guidance. It wasn't always a formal prayer. Occasionally it was simply you're in the midst of the night, the body tensed. Sometimes it was the way you felt the weight of things you couldn't solve while staring at the ceiling. Sometimes it was the silent annoyance in your chest when you continued to do everything you knew to do, but still felt as though something crucial was lacking. At times it was the moment when you took stock of your life and questioned why peace still seemed unattainable despite my best efforts. All of that was told to me. I heard both the bits you previously hid and the parts you shouted out loud. They might turn into words. I haven't been waiting for your flawless prayer. Long before your mouth knew what to say, I was listening to your heart. I am talking to you now because of this. I am urging you to take your time because of this. For this reason, I want you to avoid assuming that every holy interruption is normal just because it occurred in a typical location. I can meet you in everyday settings. I have the ability to transform a typical day into the start of something more profound than you anticipated. When you are preoccupied, exhausted, doubtful, unsure, or emotionally spent, I can still reach you. You don't need to develop your spiritual skills before I can locate you. You don't need to be in the ideal frame of mind to understand what I am saying. You only have to remain here long enough for your defenses to somewhat weaken. Right now, that's all I am asking for. Breathe today. Allow me to speak with the part of you that has been carrying more than anyone can see. Allow me to be the one voice you don't ignore right away, because I wouldn't have stopped you here unless there was a part of you that was more in need of this moment than you realized. I am aware of your habits. I am aware of how fast you get over things that make you feel bad, because you are terrified of what it would entail if this were actually me. You may have to acknowledge that you are not as alone as you have thought if this is indeed me. The void hasn't gone unnoticed. You may have to acknowledge. You may have to acknowledge that I have been responding in ways that did not appear to what you anticipated. Yes, that is precisely what I am asking you to think about, my child. I am present. I am talking. Furthermore, this moment is not arbitrary. Your heart has learned to defend itself by decreasing its expectations since you have experienced enough uncertainty. And I can see why. I am aware of the long-term effects disappointment has on a person. Even with me, I am aware of how being let down repeatedly may make you wary. Silence might make you question whether hope is worth the risk, and I understand that. I am aware of how frequently you have sought clarification and received a delay instead. I am aware of the several instances in which you believed something significant was going to occur, only to have it vanish before it could materialize. You've been marked by those events. Even if you don't often discuss them, they have altered your outlook on life, how you expect things to turn out, and how you prepare yourself before positive things completely fill your heart. You eventually grew accustomed to carrying uncertainty as if it were commonplace. You discovered how to continue working while feeling uneasy. While your inner world remained crowded and turbulent, you learned how to communicate with others. While portions of you secretly questioned whether anyone truly realized how much work it took to maintain the look of strength, you learned how to keep moving. I've seen you do that. I've seen you attempt to be strong without ever receiving adequate consolation. I have seen you persevere through times when your soul begged for rest, but you were unable to provide it. I've seen you maintain responding to messages, fulfilling obligations, managing pragmatic demands, and making choices, all while an unseen weight continued to loom in the background. Additionally, people thought you were taking it better than you actually were because you continued. However, I didn't presume that. I never looked at your functioning and thought you were at peace. I never considered your productivity to be therapeutic. I never witnessed your survival and mistook it for wholeness. I am aware the distinction. I stopped you here in part because of that. I want you to know that your perseverance has been genuine. I am not discounting the strength required, however. I also want you to know that I do not want you to live as though inner turmoil is a necessary part of existence. I don't want you to view emotional tiredness as a constant state. I don't want you to normalize the pain in your chest, the tightness in your mind, or the subtle worry that keeps murmuring about what might go wrong next. You've adjusted to burdens that were never intended to be a part of who you are. You may not even be aware of how much pressure is influencing your thoughts, reactions, and expectations for the future, because you have become so accustomed to it. And times like this can feel weird because that has become the norm. It can be strange to be interrupted by tenderness. A portion of you may desire to retreat when someone speaks to you directly, personally and purposefully, because your heart is not unsure if it's safe to have faith once more. It is safe to listen, though, as I am telling you now. Allowing my voice to approach your fear is safe. It's acceptable to acknowledge that you require more than coping mechanisms. It's okay to acknowledge that your soul has been yearning for something more profound than inspiration, more consistent than fleeting solace, and more sincere than acting as though nothing is wrong because you are at a loss for words. I am not asking you to address every problem right now. I am not asking you to abruptly comprehend every setback, every door that has been closed, every disappointment, and every emotional wound that is still present. All I am asking is that you take some time to process this reality before acting. I know when to talk to you and how to find you. This is not a thoughtless intrusion. The timing is not arbitrary. It's not a meaningless sentiment. It's my hand extending into a moment that you may have written off to make it an invitation. The entire cause might not be apparent to you yet. You might not comprehend why this specific. It feels odd to halt. Even while one part of you wants to be cautious, you might not understand why another part of you is reacting. However, you don't have to comprehend everything at this time. All you have to do is acknowledge that something within you is being beckoned closer. You are being admonished to avoid hurrying past what is sacred simply because it seems like an ordinary moment. You must hear what I have to say. You might be surprised to learn how important this first point is. I still see you. I am still making payments focus. I haven't become aloof because life has been difficult. You have been carrying inquiries and I have not disregarded them. I am the one who can enter the middle of your day and create a pause that transcends the actual moment. The part of you that has been silently wondering if I still see you can only be touched by me. Yes, I do. I have always done so. And since this is just the beginning of what I need to say, I want you to stay close now that I have your attention. This following fact touches on one of the darkest hurts you have been bearing. So I need you to sit with me, my dear child, and something that has been tightening around your heart for a long time will start to loosen if you allow it to reach you completely. You have experienced times when my voice seemed to be silent, And I am aware of how that affected you. I am aware of how simple it got to mistake calm for distance. I am aware of how instinctively your mind attempted to draw painful conclusions to fill the void. I am aware of the several occasions you prayed, waited, and heard nothing distinct. I am aware of how frequently you felt that the route remained hidden when you asked for directions. I am aware of the numerous instances in which you sought confirmation, but instead found yourself sitting in doubt and attempting to maintain your faith, when the solutions did not materialize as you had anticipated. To you, those were not insignificant times. They molded you. They put you to the test. They revealed anxieties you were unaware were lurking just beneath the surface. Within, a part of you began to question if I had taken a step back during those seasons. The idea was inside of you, even if you didn't express it boldly. Why is it so quiet if you are here? That question was heard by me. I didn't turn it down. Even within that inquiry, I was with you. And now, since this is more important than you realize, I want you to hear me clearly. Absence is not the same as silence. My silence has never equated to desertion. Ivy never been indifferent because of my delay. Ivy never stopped because of my covert work compassion. You have to stop interpreting silence as a sign of rejection. Every unanswered timeline must cease being interpreted as evidence of my withdrawal. I am aware of the persuasiveness of that emotion. I am aware of how fast old scars can come to the surface during a quiet season. I am aware of how the stillness can be interpreted for you by memories of past disappointments. I am aware of how fear may make the lack of quick solutions into a full narrative about being forgotten. However, that narrative is untrue. We never forgot about you. You were never left alone. I could always reach you. I was moving even when you couldn't feel it. I was already on the following phase even though you couldn't see it. Your prayers were being held, weighed, and answered in ways you were not yet aware of, even when they appeared to vanish into silence. Before your mind rejects that, I want you to take a deep breath. Allow it to settle in your chest. Allow it to pass beneath your self-defense routines. I want to demolish the orphan inferences you have drawn about silent seasons them carefully. You believed that staying silent meant you were being disregarded. They didn't. You believed that the delay indicated a problem. With you, they didn't. You believed that your prayers were not being answered because there was no obvious change. They were. You believed that I would have responded more quickly, loudly, and clearly if I really cared. But what I frequently shape with divine precision, my child, you are measuring with human desperation. I don't always respond by eliminating the procedure. Sometimes I respond by taking you for a walk through it while creating something inside of you that would not have been possible in any other way. Silence can sometimes be a form of protection. Sometimes preparedness is what appears to be a delay. I love you too much to allow you rush into things that aren't ready or carry things that your heart hasn't yet learned to hold peacefully. So sometimes what seems like stillness is actually constraint. Therefore, I need you to take a moment to reevaluate the seasons you have designated as vacant. Go over them again with me. Let me be a part of your memory. I'll show you where I was standing when you believed you were by yourself. Since it would have broken you, allow me to show you the door I kept closed. Since their presence would have cost you more than their absence ever could, allow me to show you the person I removed from your path. Allow me to demonstrate the delay that prevented you from being hurt by a timing that appeared favorable. Allow me to demonstrate the silence that forced deeper roots in you. Because in the event that everything had occurred swiftly, your reliance would have connected to results rather than to me. I am asking you now because of this. Don't continue torturing yourself by thinking that I vanished because I didn't say anything. Don't continue to view such seasons from the perspective of abandonment. I'll rephrase them for you. Since you were in pain, let me to shed light on what you missed. Remain here and allow this reality to start softening the parts of you that have hardened. I was never absent while I was silent. I was never neglected for being quiet. I was never indifferent in my stillness. I was present. I was close. I was at work. And I'll demonstrate that to you more plainly than ever if you allow me to. The fact that such quiet seasons affected areas of your being that were already sensitive, even before the season started, is part of what made them so agonizing. They brought back memories, anxieties, and emotional wounds that life had already inflicted on your heart. The silence felt louder than it should have because of this. It wasn't just about current events. It also had to do with what the past had aroused in the present. You are aware of what it feels like others have let you down. You have experienced being misinterpreted, disregarded, disappointed, emotionally abandoned, and left with more than your fair share. UV experienced what it's like to have hope and then feel stupid about it. Therefore, when a season with me went calm, those old patterns jumped in and attempted to explain it with suffering you were already familiar with. Your heart began to say, "This feels familiar. I am familiar with this emotion. This must indicate that I am being abandoned once more." However, I was not a reenactment of what previously caused you pain. I wasn't doing the same harm as others. I wasn't moving away in the manner that others have. Your inconvenient need did not make me unreachable. I wasn't depriving you of affection because of your poor performance. I wasn't punishing you by leaving you perplexed. Fear told you that I was acting toward you, but that was never the case. Because of this, I want you to exercise caution going forward when you allow pain to create stories about me. Don't let my past rejection define who I am. Don't allow your theology be shaped by past desertion. Don't let sentimental recollections take precedence over reality. Bring me their responses. Permit me to join them. Allow me to mend the areas where your interpretation of heavenly stillness has been warped by human disappointment. I am aware that you require this. I am aware that your heart has sustained enough injuries that even when I am near, it occasionally senses distance. So allow me to teach you how to read the stillness in a different way. Don't assume the worst in the coming days if you don't hear what you want to hear right away. Ask me what I am doing underneath the surface. What am I defending, you ask? Ask me what I am getting ready for. While you wait, ask me what I am showing you. As the timeline expands, ask me what area of your heart I am fortifying. While the solution is still developing, ask me what I want you to release. Don't flee the quiet. Come in with me, take a different seat in it. Instead of accusing, let it become a space to listen. Instead of creating fear, let it become a space where trust takes root. Tails. I am aware it is difficult for you, particularly when your emotions desire release and your mind wants certainty. However, I am now inviting you to reach a higher level of maturity, a soft maturity that learns to remain close even when clarity is lacking, rather than a chilly maturity that represses yearning. This has nothing to do with losing humanity. It's about getting more rooted. It's about realizing that sensation is not the sole way to gauge my proximity. It is about having faith in my ability to be fully present even when the situation feels calm. I want you to put that into practice. The next time you are tempted to declare, "He must be far," pause and consider, what if he is near in a way I have not yet learned to recognize? The next time the weight begins to weigh heavily on your heart, refrain from calling it rejection right once. The next time fear begins to fill in the blanks, stop it by bringing the pain to me and saying, "Show me what this season really is." Over the moment, speak the truth. Tell what's on your mind. Being quiet does not imply being by myself. Being motionless does not imply I've been forgotten. I am not denied because of the delay. Say it as a choice to remain receptive to me rather than giving in to preconceived notions, not as a catchphrase. And now, before you go any farther, take one last action. Invite me to join you during a peaceful time in the past. I'll show you what you were unable to see. Then ask me to show you where I was strengthening, guiding, protecting, or restraining you. Request that I mend the interpretation that turned into a wound. Because as soon as I start doing that, you will not only have a new perspective on your past, but you will also start approaching the future in a new way. Every silent stretch will cease to terrify you. You will no longer believe that every delay is dangerous. You won't be able to interpret stillness like abandonment. Your heart will start beating again during that change. My child, silence does not equate to absence. It didn't. That's when I was there. I am here now. If you stay with me, I'll show you how to sense my presence even when the room seems empty. As you start to comprehend, my child, I now urge you to operate within that same faith, knowing that my silence was never an absence. You are not supposed to keep what you get here to yourself. It is a seed, and for a seed to grow, it must be sowed. You are not losing when you contribute. Where others still think they have been abandoned, you are bringing light to those areas. Ivy said that people who weep while sowing will find happiness. And I am saying that to you right now. For innumerable hearts, your donation will carry my voice into quiet times. If this phrase has entered your concealed locations, then allow your answer to flow into the river I am releasing. Now is your chance to work with me to spread this word more widely than you could on your own. Use the PayPal link in the description or a Super Thanks membership to support this effort, and you'll see how I multiply what you release. Don't hesitate. I need to tell you something that might alter how you recall your suffering, so please come closer and stay with me, my little kid. Before you read any, please take a deep breath even more. Shut your mind. Let go of all the conclusions you have drawn about what went wrong, what vanished, what ended, what never came, and what broke before it could turn out the way you had hoped. You have referred to some of your past defeats as failures. You have termed them rejection while staring at closed doors. You've repeated exchanges, conclusions, disappointments, lost opportunities, and abrupt shifts. And you have secretly questioned whether I was late, whether I was absent, and whether I just allow life to damage you without intervening. I am aware that you have lived with those questions. I am aware that they have moved like shadows across the walls of your heart, lurking in the background of your faith. However, this is not a minor fix, so I need you to pay close attention to what I am saying. This is a critical key. You have no idea how much I have been watching out for you. I have stood between you and things that, from where you were standing, were good. But if I had let them too, they would have hollowed you out from the inside out. Stay. Promising pathways have been barred since I could already see where they ended. I have postponed the things you pleaded for because your heart was not yet ready to bear them without being shattered by the consequences. I have eliminated individuals from your life whose presence seemed familiar, thrilling, or consoling at the time, but whose long-term effect would have sapped your tranquility, warped your identity, impaired your judgment, or taught you to accept less than the I was attempting to instill wholeness in you. I am aware that it was painful. I am aware that some of those separations felt like a clean, abrupt rupture from your expectations. I am aware that some of those delays caused you to feel ashamed, perplexed, or embarrassed, because you believed you had finally figured out the solution, only to have it elude you like sand slipping through your fingers. I am aware that some of those closed doors caused you to doubt your value since you took the rejection personally. I am aware that some of those conclusions seemed like a harsh turn of events, as though you were, feels calm. I want you to put that into practice. The next time you are tempted to declare he must be far, pause and consider, what if he is near in a way I have not yet learned to recognize? The next time the weight begins to weigh heavily on your heart, refrain from calling it rejection right once. The next time fear begins to fill in the blanks, stop it by bringing the pain to me and saying, show me what this season really is. Over the moment, speak the truth. Tell what's on your mind. Being quiet does not imply being by myself. Being motionless does not imply I've been forgotten. I am not denied because of the delay. Say it as a choice to remain receptive to me rather than giving in to preconceived notions, not as a catchphrase. And now, before you go any farther, take one last action. Invite me to join you during a peaceful time in the past. I'll show you what you were unable to see. Then ask me to show you where I was strengthening, guiding, protecting, or restraining you. Request that I mend the interpretation that turned into a wound. Because as soon as I start doing that, you will not only have a new perspective on your past, but you will also start approaching the future in a new way. Every silent stretch will cease to terrify you. You will no longer believe that every delay is dangerous. You won't be able to interpret stillness like abandonment. Your heart will start beating again during that change. My child, silence does not equate to absence. It didn't. That's when I was there. I am here now. If you stay with me, I'll show you how to sense my presence even when the room seems empty. As you start to comprehend, my child, I now urge you to operate within that same faith, knowing that my silence was never an absence. You are not supposed to keep what you get here to yourself. It is a seed, and for a seed to grow, it must be sowed. You are not losing when you contribute. Where others still think they have been abandoned, you are bringing light to those areas. Ivy said that people who weep while sowing will find happiness. And I am saying that to you right now. For innumerable hearts, your donation will carry my voice into quiet times. If this phrase has entered your concealed locations, then allow your answer to flow into the river I am releasing. Now is your chance to work with me to spread this word more widely than you could on your own. Use the PayPal link in the description or a super thanks membership to support this effort, and you'll see how I multiply what you release. Don't hesitate. I need to tell you something that might alter how you recall your suffering, so please come closer and stay with me, my little kid. Before you read any, please take a deep breath even more. Shut your mind. Let go of all the conclusions you have drawn about what went wrong, what vanished, what ended, what never came, and what broke before it could turn out the way you had hoped. You have referred to some of your past defeats as failures. You have termed them rejection while staring at closed doors. You've repeated exchanges, conclusions, disappointments, lost opportunities, and abrupt shifts. and you have secretly questioned whether I was late, whether I was absent, and whether I just allow life to damage you without intervening. I am aware that you have lived with those questions. I am aware that they have moved like shadows across the walls of your heart, lurking in the background of your faith. However, this is not a minor fix, so I need you to pay close attention to what I am saying. This is a critical key. You have no idea how much I have been watching out for you. I have stood between you and things that, from where you were standing, were good, but if I had let them too, they would have hollowed you out from the inside out. Stay. Promising pathways have been barred since I could already see where they ended. I have postponed the things you pleaded for because your heart was not yet ready to bear them without being shattered by the consequences. I have eliminated individuals from your life whose presence seemed familiar, thrilling, or consoling at the time, but whose long-term effect would have sapped your tranquility, warped your identity, impaired your judgment, or taught you to accept less than the I was attempting to instill wholeness in you. I am aware that it was painful. I am aware that some of those separations felt like a clean, abrupt rupture from your expectations. I am aware that some of those delays caused you to feel ashamed, perplexed, or embarrassed, because you believed you had finally figured out the solution, only to have it elude you like sand slipping through your fingers. I am aware that some of those closed doors caused you to doubt your value since you took the rejection personally. I am aware that some of those conclusions seemed like a harsh turn of events, as though you were, by chance, Ivy been more cautious than your situation. Ivy been keeping your center safe. Despite life's constant attempts to persuade you to shut down, I have been sustaining something in you. Ivy been preventing resentment from completely taking over the space intended for tenderness. I have been preventing your trust from completely collapsing. I have been watching over the flame in you that life's winds attempted to put out, even when your thoughts were on the verge of giving up. The reason the ember remains is that I kept breathing on it while you were unaware of my presence. I want you to pause now and react to what I am presenting you in a new way. Don't simply nod in agreement and go on. Use it for something. Allow me to enter the areas where your recollection is still inaccurate. When you believed that everything was being seized, ask me to expose what was being guarded. When all you could see was what you had lost, ask me to show you what I had spared you from. Request that I mend the way you perceive closed doors, delayed responses, interrupted plans, and unpleasant conclusions. Ask me to show you the fingerprints I left in areas you previously thought were vacant in order to restore your faith in my timing. This goes beyond merely feeling temporarily reassured. This is about changing the way you go forward. The next time a door closes, you won't label yourself rejected if you start to realize that I have been watching over you more than you realize. The next time anything breaks, you'll inquire if I am saving you before concluding that you re-tombed. The next time someone departs, you won't assume that your value has diminished. Instead, you'll start thinking about the future suffering that was just avoided. That change is important. That's discernment. That is the maturation of trust. That's your heart learning to breathe without requiring all the answers right away. So allow me to extend a clear invitation to you now. Let go of your previous interpretations and open your hands. Give up the narrative that claims every setback indicates you were disregarded. Set aside the idea that each delay represents penalty. Give up holding onto the recollection of specific setbacks as the ultimate evidence that I let you down. Bring them over to me. Place them on the ground. Permit me to touch them. I'll torque over them. Allow me to distinguish between what really hurt you and what rescued you. And let me say this with clarity and warmth while you do that. I haven't treated your life carelessly. I haven't allowed turmoil to dictate my choices. As evil drew nearer, I did not turn away. I haven't watched helplessly as you navigate uncertainty. I've been observing. I've been weighing. I've been stepping in. I have served as a guard several times more than you are aware of and may not even fully comprehend at this time. I want you to be close to me in the coming days because of this. Be near enough to inquire before making assumptions. Before you categorize, be gentle enough to listen. Remain submissive enough to believe that by holding back anything, I might be preserving something far more valuable than the item itself. I don't guard carelessly. I take precautions. I am totally protective. I protect you with the kind of love that sees beyond the here and now and won't let fleeting desire ruin your long-term tranquility. Additionally, the grief of your past will start to weaken its hold if you allow the truth to settle into your heart. Because what once appeared to be loss will begin to manifest as mercy dressed in strange garb. Come closer now, my darling child. because this next truth could hurt before it gets better. However, if you allow it to fully into your heart, it will release a knot you have been holding for a long time. Too much time. Before you continue, I urge you to pause and take a deep breath. Don't rush this, come sit with me. Allow your mind's chatter to subside just enough so you can hear me clearly. Before something stronger, better, and more honest could be constructed, some aspects of your life had to fall apart. I am aware that's not how you wanted it to go. I am aware that you desired growth without collapse, change without disturbance, progress without suffering, and solutions without falling apart. If you had been given the opportunity to create, I am sure you would have selected a more compassionate route. Do it yourself. However, there were other structures in your life that appeared solid from the outside but were actually slowly eroding. You were kept small by attachments that you believed were protecting you. Certain patterns were draining your tranquility, warping your judgment, and teaching you how to survive rather than how to live. But you had grown so accustomed to them that they seemed normal. You were familiar with some relationships, but they weren't truly covering. Some behaviors provided you with short-term solace while subtly numbing the aspects of yourself that required restoration. You were holding to dreams that were more about walking in what I had genuinely set apart for you and demonstrating your value. Although they kept you nervous, cautious, and spiritually spent, some forms of control were said to as wisdom because they made you feel less vulnerable. Furthermore, these issues were deeply ingrained in your life and would not be resolved by a single, simple epiphany. A few of them had to break. A few of them had to disintegrate. Some of them had to be revealed in ways that were unsettling, degrading, disappointing, or extremely confusing. I am aware that you have reflected on past seasons. Why did everything appear to fall apart at once? I understand how unsettling it was to have things you thought you could rely on abruptly change, when those you trusted began to change, when your plans started to go apat. When your emotional support system failed to sustain your weight, I am aware that it was chaotic. I am aware that it seemed unjust. I am aware that the rooms you had worked so hard to keep organized felt like a storm. But for now, I need you to listen to me carefully and precisely. Not everything that shattered was intended to remain. For you to fully see what they were made of, some things had to break. Because you were referring to them as security when they were actually confinement, some things had to break. Some things were silently training, so they had to release their hold on you to live below the degree of autonomy, clarity, and wholeness that I had planned for you. Before declaring a collapse to be a tragedy, consider whether it was also an unveiling. Don't view every interruption as evidence that your life has been damaged. A breaking does not always equate to destruction. It can be a revelation at times. Sometimes mercy makes a loud noise because if it whispered, you wouldn't have noticed it. I am aware that hearing that is difficult for you, particularly if the shattering affected locations you cherished, locations you put your time, hope, energy, and prayers, places you trusted. Because it was personal, I am aware that part of it felt intimate. It included you. You had a strong bond with it. It was surrounded by your hopes. Some of it was also entwined with your identity. Because of this, the breakage did more than merely ruin your plans. Your sense of self was affected. You wondered if you had misinterpreted everything. It caused you to question if you were the issue. It caused you to gaze at the remains and wonder if somehow you had completely failed. But pay close attention, my kid, and allow this to transcend your fear. It wasn't necessarily an indication of failure when you broke. It was often an indication that I loved you too much to allow you to continue developing on a shaky foundation. I wouldn't allow you to spend years adorning something that wouldn't support your future. When your spirit was slowly suffocating beneath it, I would not allow you to continue calling it calm. I wouldn't allow you to stay in patterns, relationships, systems, or emotional deals that silently suck your existence while appearing respectable on the exterior. For this reason, I am urging you right now to keep thinking about what broke. Bring it nearer. Place it in front of me. Take another look at it, but don't look at it by yourself. Allow me to demonstrate the existing fissures. Allow me to expose the underlying weakness. Allow me to reveal what you were unable to see due to your intense efforts to maintain composure. Stop blaming yourself for every breakage while you re-add it. Give up believing that each crash was your last indication of failure. Put an end to declaring yourself wrecked while standing amid the debris. You not destroyed. We rebuilding you, the old end to give way. It was necessary to reveal the fraud. The brittle had to shatter. For the deeper work to start, the char had to disintegrate. Remain with me in this reality. It feels sharp at first, but don't flee from it. If you allow me, I will transform what appeared to be destruction into the exact location where your existence started to become sincere, whole, and firmly established. Some things have to break first for another reason, and because it speaks to your inner world and transcends your circumstances, I need you to hear this with courage. Some of the things that needed to shatter weren't in your immediate vicinity. You have some of that within you. I say that softly, not to hurt you, but to set you free. You stopped questioning certain internal structures because you were so accustomed to them. Some self-perceptions had silently become ingrained over time. There were coping strategies that were once beneficial. They were no longer aiding in your recovery, yet you managed to survive. Your heart was shielded in ways that gradually turned into walls. Unbeknownst to you, you were making decisions based on stories you made yourself about love, value, safety, rejection, success, and failure. Some of those tales were passed down via suffering. Some resulted from injuries sustained as children. Some were the result of repeated setbacks. Some originated from settings where you learned to gain acceptance by acting, appeasing, giving excessively, overanalyzing, or maintaining emotional control. Some resulted from heartache, which taught you to anticipate loss before happiness could really take hold. Additionally, those internal rhythms began to feel more like personality than damage as patience gained accustomed. However, I noticed the distinction. I could see where dread had taken on the appearance of wisdom. I could see where control had taken the form of accountability. I noticed where discernment had been used as a cover for self-protection. I could see where numbness had taken on the appearance of strength. I observed where overfunctioning had taken the form of maturity. And I couldn't allow those concealed buildings to continue bearing your future because I love you. They also had to give in. Because of this, some seasons seemed to expose you. Because of this, there were times when your typical coping mechanisms were taken away. Because of this, some circumstances forced you to confront feelings, traumas, fears, and wants that you would have preferred to avoid. I didn't do anything to embarrass you. I wanted to mend what you had misinterpreted identity. I wanted to show you what was going on behind the scenes, so you wouldn't base your life on things that had formerly kept you alive, but were no longer able to keep you at peace. I thus beg that you have the courage to allow me to show you what you had to shatter. I enjoy freedom more than I enjoy breaking. I'll show you where your need to maintain control has been interfering with your sleep. Allow me to reveal the places where you have settled out of fear of rejection for crumbs. Allow me to reveal the spots where your self-loathing has prevented you from accepting responsibility for your own existence. Allow me to reveal your inner vows, those unspoken pledges you make when in agony, such as, I will never need anyone. That level of trust is something I will never have again. I have to be strong all the time. I have to do it correctly every time have been influencing your life without your consent. They must shatter. They are unable to accompany you where I am taking you. They are too expensive, too fragile, and too tight. And I understand that it feels even worse to break inside, more vulnerable than breaking outdoors. It has a raw feel about it. It is akin to being undone. It is similar to facing oneself without the typical protective gear. That's not the end of you, I assure you. That's where honesty starts. It is the beginning of healing that goes beyond relief on the surface. Therefore, don't hurry to cover up what I've revealed. Just because the old tools are familiar doesn't mean you should utilize them. The open area is uncomfortable, so don't reconstruct the same false haven. Come sit with me in the clearing. Remain in the uncomfortable candor for a bit longer. Allow the air to reach the hidden areas. Allow me to show you how to live without the old armor. Allow me to demonstrate that being gentle does not equate to being weak. Allow me to demonstrate that giving up is not dangerous. Allow me to retrain your heart to believe in what is genuine rather than just familiar. And if necessary, speak this over your own spirit while you are here. Not everything that broke was intended to remain. The fact that it cracked does not indicate that I am cursed. Perhaps the mercy I did not comprehend was what broke apart. Then take another breath. Because you will see something lovely once you stop fighting the breaking and start questioning what it was making place for. There will be a change in the sensation of the ground underneath you. What was once loped like ruin will start to resemble cleared field. What was formerly perceived as shame will start to appear as exposure that resulted in recovery. What first seemed like a breakdown would start to show itself as the sacred start of a life that can at last include what is genuine. My kid, since I adore you, some things had to break first, you too. Much to allow you to continue residing in what was already disintegrating silently. I now welcome you to create with me, my child, as you stand in the knowledge that certain things had to fall apart to make place for the truth. I want to let go of what I am rebuilding in you so that others who are stuck in brokenness can find healing. This is not a Luchiku message, it is fire, and in order to keep it from going out in the dark, it needs to be carried. Ivy said give, and you will receive it by being pressed down, shaken together, and I am calling you into that overflow as I run over. Giving now contributes to the reconstruction of lives that are still in ruins and awaiting light. Don't undervalue this moment. Your seed becomes a part of the healing process for someone else. Use the PayPal link in the description or the Super Thanks membership to contribute to this cause. Come along with me into this. Give now. I want to touch one of the deepest places where your heart has been hurting. So please stay here and allow me to speak to you very tenderly. Itself. Please slow down, inhale, drop your shoulders. This feels too near to ignore, so let go of the temptation to do so. You need this more than you think, and it matters. You've been too hard on yourself. In ways I never requested, you have been communicating with your own spirit. You've been holding yourself to standards that don't allow for humanity, healing, progress, sensitivity, or the kind of grace I keep trying to give you. I understand why. I am aware how it came to be. I am aware of its underlying history. I am aware of how your inner voice was sculpted by disappointment. I am aware of how criticism from others can turn into internal criticism. I am aware of how you learned to brace from failure. I am aware of how some difficult times led you to assume that if you judged yourself first, perhaps the world would suffer less if it did the same. I am aware of how you developed self-control because you thought that being tough would prevent you from making additional mistakes. I am aware of how self-correction can become self-loathing so slowly that you lose awareness of the distinction. I am aware of how your mind replays events long after they have already happened. I am aware of how you go back over discussions, decisions, reactions, missed cues, incorrect turns, delays, and poorly made choices. I am aware of how frequently you look back and tell yourself, I should have known better. I am also aware of how easily you transition from self-reflection to self-punishment. I am aware of how your inner voice can become icy, harsh, and unrelenting, almost like a courtroom where you are never completely cleared and are constantly on trial. And now, my kid, I need you to hear me clearly. That is not how I am speaking to you. My voice is not like that. Even while conviction is obvious, it is never harsh. Although it can be required, correction does not degrade. The truth does not deprive you of your dignity, even though it may reveal what needs to be healed. Holiness is not what you have been doing to yourself. It is damage. Tearing yourself down and calling it accountability is not wisdom. Withholding is not maturity, empathy from the part of you that was in pain, perplexed, unhealed, overburdened, under pressure, or just yet learning. You've been behaving as if keeping yourself emotionally trapped is the only way to develop. However, growth cannot thrive in the face of ongoing internal assault. When the heart is being verbally battered from the inside out, it cannot heal correctly. I want you to take a time to listen to how you talk to yourself when you re by yourself. Pay attention to the presumptions. Pay attention to the charges. Pay attention to how you perceive your own shortcomings. When something goes wrong, pay attention to how soon you label yourself as a problem. Take note of how quickly you get from I made a mistake to I am the mistake. There has been a great deal of damage at that leap, and now I am urging you to quit taking that leap. Give up identifying with every setback. Don't let your worst experiences define who you are. Give up hammering your present with your past. Give up expecting perfection from someone who has had to grow while carrying injuries. Give up expecting perfect choices from the version of yourself that was making the greatest effort with little healing, safety, or clarity, and a restricted emotional capacity. You weren't omniscient. You weren't completely healed. Life did not spare you. Please be kind to yourself. Not the kind that rejects development and justifies everything. I am not requesting rejection. I am requesting compassionate truth. I am pleading with you to cease seeing every flaw as proof that you are essentially flawed. I am pleading with you to allow me to show you how to view yourself from my perspective rather of the negative one you developed as a result of suffering. So take action right now. Take a moment. Set the inner gavel aside. Leave the courtroom. Put an end to practicing the charges. Instead, come sit with me. Bring me the weapon you continue to use against yourself. Bring the error you replay to me. Bring me the decision you regret. Bring me the season you feel guilty about. Bring me the words you wish you could retract. Bring me the pattern you are sick of recognizing yourself. Don't conceal it, but don't turn it into a weapon either. Put that down so I can talk over it. Let me distinguish between what has turned into self-loathing and what requires accountability. Allow me to convict you and condemn you. Allow me to heal the part of you that thinks the only way to change is via harshness. It isn't. People are changed by my love. People are changed by my truth. Your self-punishment could never approach the depths of my kindness. Stay with me long enough to discover that. This has proven to be challenging in part because fear has taken control of the part of you that truly wants to develop. Because you take pleasure in suffering, you do not despise yourself. Your fear has caused you to be harsh with yourself, terrified of going back in time, scared of becoming irresponsible, terrified of causing harm to people, terrified of being discovered, fearful of appearing stupid, fearful of missing important things, scared that if you let go even a little, you'll revert to your old habits or make another expensive error. That anxiety has taken the form of discipline, but you've been worn down by it. Your nervous system has remained tense as a result. It has made sleeping challenging. Grace now feels perilous. It has made self-compassion seem careless. However, I want you to hear this with the utmost compassion. Growth is not hampered by grace. Maturity is not threatened by mercy. Accountability and compassion are not mutually exclusive. In actuality, your progress will remain fragile without those items. Instead of transformation, it will turn into performance. Instead, it will become image management of recovery. For you, I desire something more profound. Instead than just controlling you, I want you to be free. I want you to be entire, not just restricted. I want the truth to become ingrained in your identity rather than fear dictating every action you take. I am asking you to start a new practice because of this. Don't attack yourself when you see a weakness. Take a moment. Don't use your feelings of sorrow as an excuse to harm yourself. Go through it. Bring an old pattern to me instead of saying, I'll never change. When you make a mistake, don't let shame overcome you. Instead, ask yourself, what is this revealing that still needs healing? It's important to ask, what can I learn? And how do I move forward in truth? In this way, you break the loop that has been causing your inner world to remain tight. Additionally, I want you to observe how your communication with others differs from your communication with yourself. You frequently show compassion to others who are having difficulties. Their story has subtleties. You are able to identify their injuries. You can see what they were carrying. When it's someone else, you can accommodate the procedure. However, all that softness vanishes when it comes to you and you become absolute, harsh, and quick. Why? Why do you treat yourself the way you might treat others? Why do you approach your own recovery as if it were a simple, uncomplicated, and mess-free process? That is not in line with my feelings for you, and it is unfair to your heart. Thus, I encourage you to take a risk and awkward. Now start talking to yourself as if you were someone I adore. Self-indulgence is not what that is. That is in line with reality. Don't speak what shame wants to say the next time you make a mistake. Find out what I would say. Don't merely relive the suffering the next time you revisit a memory. Ask me to show you what was going on inside of you and invite me into it. Then stop the old harshness the next time it arises. Say, my father doesn't talk to me like that. Then substitute truth, not flattery, for it, the truth. I am still developing. I don't have to be cruel to be responsible. I don't have to judge myself in order to learn. I don't have to let my mistakes define who I am. Talk about those things as adjustments to your inner environment rather than as meaningless platitudes. Before you continue, allow me to say one more thing because you must hear it clearly. The fact that you are still in the process does not disappoint me. Your humanity doesn't wear me out. I don't keep score the way you do. I am not folding my arms as I observe you awaiting the moment when it will be easy to adore you. Before you knew who you were, I loved you. Despite your misunderstanding, I still adore you. When you make bad decisions, I still adore you. Even when you were still learning how to survive, I loved you. When you were scared, I loved you. In the chapters you now wish had turned out differently, I adored you. And now I adore you. Allow that to alter your self-perception. Be truthful, indeed. Take responsibility for your actions, indeed. However, cease your cruelty. Give up punishing yourself for having to go through suffering. Quit demanding perfection in exchange for peace. Allow me to retrain your inner voice by drawing nearer to you. Allow me to clarify. Make it more gentle. Allow me to make it powerful without being acerbic. Because, my darling, you've been too hard on yourself. Additionally, it will be more difficult for you to accept the healing I am attempting to provide if you continue to refer to yourself as an adversary. Put the harshness aside. Put the gavel down. Let mercy have the room it needs to do its work. My beloved child, come sit with me and let this truth reach deeper than your habits. Because what I am about to say touches the way you have been living for longer than you realize. Please slow down, take a breath, put down the inner rush. Release the tension in your jaw. Let your chest soften. I am pulling you out of emotional survival mode. You've been more concerned with survival than with tranquility. And because it has lasted so long, it has started to feel normal to you. That is one of the reasons this has been so difficult to recognize. You get accustomed to being tense. You got used to scanning. You got used to bracing. You got used to staying mentally ahead, emotionally guarded, spiritually tired, physically present, but inwardly on alert. You discovered how to persevere under pressure that no one else could see. While your heart remained partially shielded, you learned how to operate. You discovered how to remain open to life without ever settling into it completely. You discovered how to maintain your composure while grinning. You discovered how to foresee disappointment before happiness could take hold. You learned to see silence as danger, closeness as risk, delays as threat, and ambiguity as something that needed to be handled right away. I understand why. I am aware of the backstory. This didn't just happen. Typically, survival mode is not selected. It is frequently created. When pain occurs too frequently, it develops. When disappointment keeps happening and safety becomes erratic. When trust is damaged, when obligations are overwhelming, when it seems dangerous to relax. When the nervous system discovers that being prepared appears to be more prudent than being at ease. I can see how it occurred in you. I witnessed the training moments. I observed the seasons that shaped your responses. I witnessed the setbacks that made your heart ache. I seen the hardships that kept your mind engaged. I witnessed the connections that trained you to recognize every change in tone. I seen settings that caused your body to lose all sense of comfort. And I am not coming to you in shame because I witnessed all of that. I am come to save you. I am not here to chastise you for adjusting. I am here to inform you that I no longer want you to live in the adaptation. Survival is not the house I constructed for your soul, even though it may have helped you get through some seasons. It was never intended to be your permanent address, even though it served as a shelter during the hurricane. You can't remain in emergency mode indefinitely without losing your sense of tranquility, wonder, and tenderness. That's what has been taking place. You've grown so accustomed to surviving that you occasionally don't even know how to accept calm. When things be silent and you become suspicious. When positive things begin to occur, you prepare for them to end. A part of you begins looking for the catch as love approaches. A part of you feels uncomfortable or guilty when you have time to rest. Your mind frequently conjures up a crisis when there isn't one right away in order to maintain the comfortable pace. It's not because you're broken. It's because too many stressful seasons have trained your inner world. But now listen to me clearly. You are being retrained by me. I am pulling you out. I won't abandon you there. I therefore need your assistance. Give up romanticizing your resilience. Don't refer to me as having chronic tension. Give up treating emotions like wisdom. Give up thinking that being cautious is necessarily a sign of insight. Sometimes it's just an outdated alarm that continues to sound even after the fire has been extinguished. I want you to start seeing the warning flags. Even if there is nothing wrong in the room, pay attention when your body tenses. Observe when your thoughts begin to look for danger in situations that are genuinely secure. Observe when you undermine tranquility because it seems strange. Observe when you act quickly to defend yourself before you are actually in danger. Observe when you are already getting ready for something to end, making it impossible to enjoy what is good. My child, these are hints. You shouldn't criticize yourself for these reasons. These are calls to healing. Thus, avoid embarrassing yourself when you see them. Don't tell me what's wrong. Rather, approach me and tell me that you are demonstrating to me where survival still exists. Me assist me in coming out. That's how it starts. I am not only soothing your injuries, I am rewiring your lifestyle. Peace is not a trap, as I am educating your heart. I am educating your body that it is safe to remain motionless. I am teaching you that fear need not be a part of silence. I am educating your feelings that not everything positive is going to disappear. Permit me to do that. Stay in it with me. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean you should go back to it. It's not always faithful to be familiar. It's not always safe to be familiar. Not everything that is familiar is sacred. I am extending an invitation for you to enter a new internal environment. And because your spirit has spent so much time in stormy conditions, it could initially seem weird. However, do not confuse unexpected tranquility with danger. It might be the start of your recovery. It will take more than just inspiration to do what I am asking you to. It will take work, focus, and a readiness to align your everyday decisions with the tranquility I am teaching you. I need you to become this deliberate. Don't just nod when listening to this answer. When the ancient survival instinct kicks up, take action. Stop it purposefully, slow down. Before you react, take a breath. Before you presume, take a moment. Before you back off, ask. Examine the room you are in right now, not the one your memory is projecting onto it. Be honest with your body. I am here now. I am secure now. I don't need to brace in the same manner. Bring me inside those precise moments, not just the spectacular ones. When your chest constricts, invite me a text message. When a delayed response begins to cause stories, invite me. When a calm day causes you to feel strangely restless, invite me. When you find yourself looking for potential problems, invite me. When happiness comes and a part of you tries to keep it at a distance, invite me. The retraining takes place there. I want you to start incorporating little sacred pauses into your daily routine. Don't let pressure take over your thoughts as soon as you wake up. Take a seat, go through it. What tempo does this belong to? Day, stop and relax when you sense tension rising. You should roll your shoulders, inhale more slowly. Don't allow urgency to dictate how you feel without challenging it. When you are tempted to answer yes out of fear, stop and consider whether you are speaking out of love or survival. When you are tempted to overfunction, overthink, overprepare, or overexplain, take a moment to consider what you are attempting to defend. Let that query serve as a light amid the shadows. You'll be shocked at how frequently wisdom isn't the solution. But I am afraid, and instead of letting it run your life in silence, you can bring it to me once you realize that. I also want you to comprehend something lovely. Leaving survival mode does not entail acting irresponsibly, naively, or carelessly. I am not requesting that you give up discernment. I am making it more profound. Survival responds quickly. Clear vision is a sign of discernment. It's noisy to survive. The ability to discern is consistent. Danger is necessary for survival. Truth is what discernment demands. The goal of survival is to manage results. Lessons in discernment, patience, and action with tranquility. I want you to understand how your bones differ. I want you to stop confusing caution with panic. Please stop referring to hypervigilance as maturity. I want you to quit complimenting yourself on your perseverance while neglecting the toll it takes on your inner life. I am drawing you in the direction of something better, in the direction of a life in which your heart can remain open without being reckless, in the direction of a life in which your body can relax without feeling in danger, in the direction of a life in which you can relax without losing your wisdom, in the direction of a life where happiness can visit without feeling like an intruder. That is conceivable. Through repeated surrender, repeated truth, repeated practice, and repeated return to me when the old patterns flare up, not overnight, nor by coercion. And I want you to perform one useful action before you continue. Choose one location where you most frequently experience survival mode. Relationships could be the cores. Perhaps it's money, perhaps it's health, perhaps it's your job, perhaps it's nighttime, perhaps it's quiet, perhaps it's just happiness. Give it a name. Next, don't beg incoherently. Bring that precise location to me and say, pull me out here, teach me peace here, train me here. Invite me into the room where the old pattern is most prevalent and ask specifically. I want to meet you there because, my kid, I am not simply calming you temporarily. I am taking you out. I am grabbing you by the hand and yanking you out of the draining cycle of always preparing for impact, out of emotional survival mode, out of constant attention, and out of internal alarm. Allow me to take the lead. Take a stroll with me, remain close. Put what I am demonstrating into practice, and keep this in mind when the old storm rises. You no longer reside there. You don't have to build your house inside the weather, even though you can sense it. I am teaching you how to live a better life. Your heart will gradually start to believe what it hasn't believed in a long time if you continue to answer when I call. It is possible for you to find serenity, just as it is for others. As I rescue you from survival, my child, and I also ask you to become a conduit for others to experience serenity. Some hearts are still, stuck in a state of perpetual alertness, tense and exhausted. And this is the oil that was intended to go to them. You are not operating under duress when you give. You are transitioning from recovery to purpose. Ivy spoken something. You have gotten it for free. Give freely, and I am reawakening your inner flow. Your assistance now serves as a conduit for this word to reach those who are still unable to find a way out. This is a big deal. It is a movement of my spirit through willing hands, a sacred exchange. Encourage others with a Great Thanks membership that includes a PayPal link in the description, and allow your tranquility to become a source of support. Don't wait. Go now. I need to talk into a spot where too many false voices have been dwelling rent-free inside your thoughts. So come closer and take your time, my dear kid. Please slow down and listen to me. Take a breath. For a time, turn down the volume. Pay close attention because this is not a little adjustment, it's a rescue. Give up allowing the adversary to tell your tale. Don't give the microphone to the voice that can only blame, misrepresent, exaggerate, and twist my actions into something depressing, gloomy, and despairing. I need you to realize how frequently this has been occurring. Rarely does the opposition start with blatant lies. He frequently begins with a well-known wound, a genuine setback, a genuine struggle, a recent era, a delayed response, an unanswered prayer, a painful memory, a current ambiguity. He then leans in and starts constructing a narrative around it. He refers to one difficult chapter as your identity. He refers to it as your destiny after just one delay. He refers to a single flaw as your nature. One defeat is what he refers to as your future. He claims that one agonizing quiet is evidence that Ivy moved on. He refers to a single emotional low point as who you really are. He operates in this manner because he uses actual fragments of your experience. He is tactful, delicate, and frequently sounds convincing. However, the narrative he presents is faulty, it's twisted, it is tilted, is untrue, and you've been listening for longer than you think. You've allowed him to interpret your delay as a sign of rejection. You've allowed him to portray your weariness as a sign of failure. You've allowed him to portray your sensitivity as a sign of weakness. You've allowed him to explain your caution and disqualification. You've allowed him to describe your past transgressions as unchangeable labels. You've allowed him to describe your current state of perplexity as proof that you aren't listening to me. You've allowed him to recount your postponed prayers as evidence that nothing significant is on the horizon. Enough, my child. Quit. Don't listen to that bogus sermon any longer. Don't continue to nod in agreement with someone who has never shown you love. Don't continue to accept interpretations that diminish your optimism, ruin your tranquility, and cast doubt on my kindness. I want you to become more conscious of your internal processes. Take note of the tone of the recurring thoughts. Observe how fast certain ideas lead you to shame, fear, despair, disdain for oneself, hopelessness, or severe outcomes. Observe how frequently your inner voice jumps from one incident to a broad conclusion about your whole life. That jump is important, it's a hint. Although truth is straightforward, it does not hasten to destroy. Even while my correction is obvious, it does not denigrate your entire identity. Broad, violent, black and white storytelling is what the enemy adores. He enjoys making big claims. Things are constantly ruined by you. You're always the same. This indicates that you are lagging behind. This implies that you have been overlooked. You lost your opportunity because of this delay. You are weak because of this struggle. God has moved on, as indicated by the quiet. I did not say those things. I don't have those rhythms. I don't talk to you like that. I don't convey your narrative from an accusatory perspective. I tell it from a redemptive perspective. I don't see your procedure as evidence of your shortcomings. I see it as a space where I continue to shape you. I don't consider you broken goods based on your scars. I look at your wounds and see how I've already kept you alive. I don't consider your delay to be a failure. I can see the roots spreading beneath the surface. I don't call it quits by pointing out your weakness. I can see the doorway that leads to my strength. So pay attention to what I am saying now and take this as guidance. Put an end to practicing the enemy's version of your life. Put an end to repeating what the gloom says about your future. Give up accepting ideas that make you feel less spiritual, more emotionally burdened, and more reclusive in relationships. Take mental protection more seriously. Contest the plot rather than just the particular idea. Consider who is narrating this tale and what benefits it is bringing to me. You shouldn't continue to entertain the story if it makes me feel gloomy, self-loathing, afraid, paralyzed, or suspicious. Stop it. Turn it down. Bring it over to me. Place it in front of me. Then ask me to tell you the truth. Ask me how I understand what you are going through. What do I call this season? Ask me what I am bounding, what I am anticipating, what I am disclosing, what I am mending, what I am trimming, and what I am getting ready. Permit me to take over as storyteller once more. Because you will begin to live as though the lie were already fate, if you let the wrong voice to tell the story for an extended period of time. And I won't allow you to continue doing that without facing it. I love you too much to keep quiet while a thief continues to tell the story of your life as if it were his own. It doesn't. I still have much to write about your story. A portion of this fake narrative frequently recalls voices you've heard previously, which is why it seems so potent. It slipped in so readily because of this. It can occasionally sound like past criticism from those who hurt you. Sometimes it sounds like you turned inward years ago due to disappointment. Sometimes it sounds like your own fear attempting to avoid suffering. There are moments when it sounds like honesty wrapped in shame, because it takes words from conviction while eliminating compassion and hope. It occasionally even sounds spiritual. That is the reason that discernment is so important in this situation. You can't just inquire if something sounds serious. You have to wonder if that sounds like me. You have to ask if it fits with my heart for you, my pace, my truth, and my character. I might reveal what needs to be healed, but I am not trying to break you. I may elevate you, but I don't do so by making you look bad. I don't use shame as a leash, but I might guide you toward repentance. V does. He enjoys making you focus on your own shortcomings until you lose sight of my grace. He loves to keep you reliving the same old pain until you lose awareness of how much healing has already taken place. He enjoys keeping you so preoccupied with how inadequate you are that you cease answering my invites. For this reason, I need you to stop being passive and start acting. Don't just sit there as the opponent begins to narrate. Rise within yourself. Torque back. If the lie claims that you are too damaged, respond with what I have already fixed. Answer, I redeem time. If the falsehood claims that it's too late. If this is what the lie claims, answer the question. Silence means abandonment by recalling how many times I was close during calm moments. If the lie claims that you constantly fail, respond with the fact that you are still developing, and that I am continuously working. This is not meaningless optimism. This is a spiritual obligation. This is what it means to cease using your own thoughts as a stage for darkness. I want you to develop a new habit. When a story of condemnation starts, stop and consider, what is the broader story God is presenting here? Perhaps the bigger story is not I keep breaking apart, but I am finally realizing where repair is required. Perhaps I am not always abandoned, but I am learning to let go of things that can't support me. Perhaps nothing ever changes, but change has been occurring subtly, and I've been too hurt to see it. Perhaps it's not that I am weak, but I've been carrying more than anyone realizes, and God is urging me to become more reliant. I'll enlarge the frame for you. Move the camera back. Allow me to show you the entire field, not just the individual unpleasant scene. And I want you to do something useful right now. Consider the most prevalent negative narrative that keeps coming to mind. Give it a clear name. Don't use ambiguous wording to conceal it. Do I usually fall behind? Do I ruin everything? Does nobody stay? Does anything good endure? Is God silent because I didn't succeed? Bring me that precise sentence. Then ask me what the actual sentence is. Hold on, pay attention. If you need to revisit it when the old voice returns, put it in writing. You may retrain your inner world. You can stop allowing the enemy to preach to your suffering by doing this. Before you continue, allow me to say one more thing. Here, you are not helpless. You have the power to decide who gets a seat at your table. Even though you may not be able to control every thought that comes your way, you don't have to accept every claim. You don't have to consider every sinister interpretation. The voice that is constantly attempting to limit your destiny does not need a place to live. Shut the door. Switch the channel. Give the pen to me. Allow me to tell you your life once more. Let me explain who you are, where you are, the significance of this season, what is yet conceivable, and why your tale is neither nearly as complete nor as hopeless as the enemy wants you to think. Don't let him tell the story. I am continually writing, speaking, redeeming, repairing, and guiding you toward a reality that is far greater than the lie, my child. I need to speak into a spot that has been lurking in the background of your life for a long time. So come close and don't turn away, my darling child. Longer than you might think. I need you to take your time and be honest with me. Take a breath, remain here. This feels intense, so don't skim it. This is the starting point for independence. With hopelessness, I am violating your agreement. I am not just talking about times when you read depressed, worn out, or disheartened. I am talking about something more nuanced and profound than that. I am talking about the calm inner position you've been developing in some aspects of your life where you've stopped despite going through the motions. There is a genuine expectation of change. I am talking about the spots where you continue to pray, but a part of you has lost faith that anything will change. I am talking about the spots where you continue to appear, but your heart has subtly ceased bending forward. I am talking about the situations when you've grown so accustomed to delays, disappointments, emotional stress, unresolved issues, recurring patterns, and sluggish progress that you've progressively reduced your expectations just to shield yourself from more suffering. I understand why that occurred. I am aware of its formation. Seldom does hopelessness come suddenly. Usually it takes some time to settle in. It enters through doors that refuse to open and through recurrent disappointments. Through relationships that did not mend as you had wanted. Through prayers that appeared to hang in midair. And through cycles you believed you had broken but continued to see again. Through exhausting emotional struggles and unexpectedly extended periods of silence you opposed it at first. Initially you battled to maintain optimism. You first continued to show me your heart with unadulterated anticipation. However, when you were under enough stress, a part of you began to make silent agreements to ease the pain. It may not have been official statements, but you started telling yourself things like, "This probably won't change. This is probably just how it is. I shouldn't get my hopes up. Nothing really shifts for me. I'll just manage. I can function without expecting more. It's safer not to believe too much." However, I saw how those agreements started to dim your prayers, how they flattened your imagination, how they made your spirit sit down in places where I was still calling you to stand, and how they made you settle into a low-grade resignation that appeared calm on the outside but was quietly draining expectancy on the inside. My child, I need you to hear me very clearly right now. Hopelessness is not humility, wisdom, maturity, or discernment. It is frequently disappointment that has not healed long enough to become a lens, or pain that has remained in the room long enough to start making decisions. I am not going to allow it to continue doing that in you, which is why I am confronting it now. I am not reprimanding you, I am saving you, or asking you to act as though nothing. Bring those hidden agreements to me right now. Bring the places you secretly stopped expecting. I am not asking you to create an emotional high. I am asking you to stop partnering with the voice that says nothing can truly shift. I am asking you to stop calling dead what I have not declared dead. I am asking you to stop so deeply adapting to the lack of visible change that you become emotionally unavailable to the very breakthrough, healing, restoration, or clarity I am still able to bring. Bring the time when your faith turned into a machine. Bring the relationship, the healing, the emotional pattern, the dream, the calling, the internal struggle, the future, the thing you still talk about but no longer truly lean toward. Bring it close. Hold it out to me. Let me pinpoint the precise sentence of hopelessness that has been residing there. Let me reveal it. Let me break it. Let me rip up the painful inner contract you signed, because I did not create you to live in silent resignation while calling. I am calling you back into living expectancy, not loud, forced performative optimism, but rooted, sober, holy expectancy that says, I do not understand everything, but I refuse to make hopelessness my home. That is where I want you. That is where I am leading you. Stay with me and let me do this deeply. The reason this matters so much is because hopelessness has an impact on more than just how you feel. It also has an impact on what you allow, what you pursue, what you prepare for, and what you can even recognize when it starts to arrive. When hopelessness takes hold, it narrows your perspective, causes you to stop preparing for what you once prayed for, stops you from noticing subtle progress because you trained yourself to expect none, causes you to interpret every delay as proof that nothing is changing, and makes you resistant to joy because joy feels like whiskey. I need you to understand that if your heart is trained to expect nothing, it may fail to recognize the first signs of movement, and if your inner world is structured around resignation, you may stand in front of answers. You emotionally brace against possibility because it feels vulnerable. It teaches your heart to protect itself by staying neutral, but that neutrality gradually turns into numbness, and numbness is dangerous because it can make you miss what I am doing even when it is already beginning. I want you to cooperate with me in a very practical way, so I am not just consoling your disappointment. I am tearing down the false structure it created. Start paying attention to the phrases that come to mind when you think about the places that have hurt the most. Listen for the inner language. Do you say it never works out? Do you say that's just not for me? Do you say I am tired of hoping? Do you say I'll believe it when I see it? Should cease having unrealistic expectations. These are not harmless habits, rather, they are indicators that show where the atmosphere has been shaped by hopelessness. Therefore, when you hear them, don't just ignore them. Instead, interrupt them and bring them to me right away, saying, "This is the agreement I have been making. Break it." Then ask me for a more accurate statement. Not a catchphrase, but a more accurate statement. Perhaps it's that I am still working on this, that it's not finished, that I don't need to protect myself by having no expectations, or that God can. I want you to do more than correct your thoughts. I want you to make room for expectancy in your actions. If there is a place where you have stopped preparing because you assume nothing would change, ask me what one small act of faithfulness looks like now. If you have stopped praying honestly, start over simply, plainly, and directly. Perhaps I can stay open without forcing outcomes. These small acts matter. They are not about earning my movement, rather, they are about bringing your inner posture back into alignment with the truth that I am still able, still present, still active, still powerful, still tender, and still involved. If you have stopped believing that healing could reach a particular wound, invite me back into that wound without demanding instant resolution. If you have stopped believing your heart could feel alive again, start making space for life instead of just managing symptoms. Before you continue, let me say something very personal. Some of you have mistaken the loss of excitement for the loss of possibility. Just because you don't feel excited every day doesn't mean I am not there. Just because your emotions are worn out doesn't mean the story is finished. Just because you've been let down doesn't mean you can't have hope. Hope isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just the choice to remain open. Sometimes it's the refusal to settle down permanently in cynicism. To do this with me, place your hand over the area of your life where hopelessness has felt the strongest, name it, state it clearly, and then say, "I break my agreement with hopelessness here." Sometimes it is the quiet act of showing up with your heart still slightly turned toward me even after long waiting. I honor that, I see that, and I am strengthening that in you right now. I give this area back to God. Here I remain open. Here I invite your truth. Here I extend an invitation to your life. Talk about it, just give it your all next. Continue to stroll with me. Because, my darling, I am not only revealing despair, I am moving it. The room is being cleared by me. I am opening the windows again. Where disappointment attempted to stifle hope, I am breathing again. With hopelessness, I am violating your agreement. You will start to feel something you haven't felt in a long time if you let me. Not coerced enthusiasm, not emotional strain, but a calm awareness that I can still go where you once thought I could. There would never be any change. As I break your covenant with hopelessness, my child, I am urging you to do the same for others by being obedient. Your generosity serves as the catalyst to rekindle hope in those individuals who have already become resigned and no longer think anything can change. One devoted heart at a time, light spreads in this manner. Your seed becomes a part of that unstoppable light, because I have said that light shines in the darkness and that darkness cannot defeat it. Don't allow this moment serves merely as inspiration. Allow it to become an action that brings life to tired places. I will use, multiply, and safeguard what you release now in ways that are invisible to you. Support via the PayPal link in the description or a Super Thanks membership. End the cycle. Take action immediately, my dear child. Once more, come near and listen with all of your heart. Because getting you through a difficult season isn't the whole purpose of this next reality. It's about telling you to leave the scaled down version of life you've been living. Inviting you to walk with me in a more profound, powerful, and alert manner. I want you to hear this clearly. This is an invitation to rise, not merely to heal. Recuperation is important. Your recovery is important to me. Your rest is important to me. The parts of you that have been hurt, worn out, overextended, disappointed, and emotionally spent are important to me. I've been taking care of those locations. I've been addressing those areas. I've been slowing you down, exposing hidden agreements, challenging incorrect ideas, reducing severity and eliminating fear, retraining your inner world, stopping hopelessness, and teaching your heart to breathe anew. That's all important. However, I don't want you to believe that my only objective is to return you to a precarious state of well-being, my kid. I am not only attempting to stabilize you, so you can resume living with a little less discomfort. I am not attempting to make you feel better so you can resume your old emotional patterns, low expectations, self-defense mechanisms, and fearful agreements, the same diminished lifestyle. I am referring to you as being above that. I am inviting you to rise. I am inviting you to a courage that is more grounded. I am inviting you to a more mature trust, a more honest connection with me, a clearer mind, a steadier heart, a freer spirit, a more grounded inner life, and a more purposeful way of living each day. Recovery declares, I am not drowning right now. Rising declares, I am learning how to walk with authority, clarity, and do you hear the difference? Rising says, I am becoming someone who no longer lives under what once ruled me. Recovery says, I made it through. One is post-impact survival. Transformation following submission is the other. For you, I desire the deeper thing. For you, I desire the stronger option. For you, I want something more durable. For this reason, in addition to consoling you, I have been addressing the things that kept you little. For this reason, in addition to tending to your wounds, I have been contesting your contracts. For this reason, I have been teaching you responsibility in your inner world in addition to reassuring you. Stop entertaining all of your fears, I've been saying. At the end, I've been saying to quit calling. I've been telling them to stop caring tonight and tomorrow. Stop letting the enemy tell your tale, I've been saying. These weren't merely consoling remarks. They were calls to action. There were times when I was attempting to teach you as well as help you feel better. How to lead a different life. I therefore need you to see this as a significant turning point. Don't just tuck all of this truth into a corner because it briefly made you feel seen. Allow it to start moving. Allow it to become a decision. Let it become a habit. Allow it to align. Rise with your thoughts. Elevate your interpretation of delay. Improve the way you talk to yourself. Change the way you react to fear. Rise in the manner that you manage uncertainty. Become more adept at leading your nights. Rise in the manner that you protect your tranquility. Rise by rejecting outdated narratives. Instead of constructing your identity around your scars, rise in the way you bring them to me. There is no pressure here. This is an invitation. I am not asking for perfection here. I am calling you to go farther. The more authentic you are, the more liberated you are. The version of yourself that is not controlled by every old instinct. The version of yourself that has learnt enough to no longer submit to what used to feel instinctive. Thus, take an inward stand. Rise in your soul. Get up in the locations where you have not done anything. Where resignation has lingered too long, take a stand. Where fear keeps the lights down, stand up. Where you kept saying maybe one day, get up. Let's start today. Let's use today as a benchmark. Let today be the day that you begin to question yourself. Who am I becoming as I walk with God through this? Rather than, how do I get through this? Everything is altered by that question. Rising is made possible by that query. I also want you to go through it. It won't always seem dramatic to rise. I want you to know this because you can miss the holy power of consistent decisions if you wait for one emotional outburst before you think transformation has started. Rising frequently appears as little acts of obedience that are repeated until they become a new way of being. Before it constructs a fortress, it appears to end up in a terrifying notion. When your mind wants to practice for tomorrow, it seems like you re-choosing to relax. It appears to be talking to yourself honestly rather than cruelly. It appears to be naming despondency rather than silently collaborating with it. It appears to be establishing a limit where you previously overreached. It appears that rather than shaming it, you should bring your sensitivity to me for care. Instead of ending the story, it appears to be keeping open in the middle. It appears to be trusting without requiring a thorough explanation. Instead of waiting for absolute confidence that is emerging, it appears to be doing the next faithful thing. It's not always ostentatious. It transforms lives because it is frequently incredibly practical. Therefore, I urge you to quit undervaluing the influence of these decisions. Don't hate the common practices of self-improvement. Don't wait for a huge external event to make the decision to align yourself better. Start now. Start in the room you are in. Start with the following idea. Start with the subsequent breath. Start with the subsequent response. Start the next discussion. Start the following evening. The next time disappointment murmurs a conclusion, start anew when fear attempts to take hold. The next time you are tempted to describe yourself as weak, behind, forgotten, wrecked, or finished, start. Kadjit, cut him off. Bring it over to me. Rising occurs in this manner. Additionally, I want you to realize that getting up does not guarantee that you won't ever feel worn out, stretched, depressed, uncertain, or vulnerable again. It implies that your life's architecture is no longer defined by those things. It implies that you can have strong emotions without being totally controlled. It implies that you can be in procedure without giving up control. It implies that you don't have to let a difficult day define who you are. It implies that you don't need to build your home inside a storm to survive it. I am teaching you that. I want you to live that kind of life. This is what I want you to do right now, and I want you to do it on purpose. Name one particular method you've been living just recuperate mode rather than rise mode. Perhaps all you've been doing is attempting to get through each day without panicking. But I want to teach you how to develop peace on purpose. I want to show you how to create limits while remaining open, even though it's possible that all you've been doing is trying to prevent additional harm. I want to educate you to live with anticipation, even if all you've been doing is trying to get by. I want to teach you to stand with clarity, even if all you've been doing is attempting to stay upright. Give that location a name. Then ask me, starting today, what does rising look like here practically? Ask a sincere question. Then pay attention. I might demonstrate a boundary for you. I might demonstrate a beat for you. Perhaps I will display a dialogue for you. I might teach you a habit to break. Perhaps I shall demonstrate a truth for you to repeat. I might demonstrate a delayed act of obedience. Don't put it off. Whatever it is, answer. Make a move. Step forward. Because this message is more than just consoling. It's a summons. I am inviting you to adopt a more spiritual stance and get out of your emotional crouch. I am saying, you don't have to live under this anymore as I elevate your chin. I am reminding you that I didn't preserve you only so you can continue to live with improved coping mechanisms. I preserved you because I am forming a stronger, freer, wiser, more deeply anchored life in you. So, my child, rise, gently rise, yet rise, but rise with honesty. Rise even if it's not flawless. Rise in the truth. Grow in confidence. Grow in clarity. Increase in practice. Come up with me, since this is an invitation to you. Not only should you heal from what has wounded you, but you should also learn to stop letting that pain silently dictate your destiny. I am still developing. Stay with me right now, my dear kid, because you shouldn't be drifting at this time. This is not the time to lose focus. It's not the time to tell yourself that you'll revisit this when you're more prepared. I need you to listen to me right now. You must stay with me. I want you to put an end to your internal work and let this last word to sink into the core of your being. Don't scroll past this. Don't ignore this. Don't think of this as merely another inspiring ideas. I am inviting you to begin a new chapter. I am not talking to the surface of you. I am not just talking to the portion of you that briefly seeks solace before reverting to your old routines at dusk. I am talking to the part of you that has been secretly hoping for anything to change. Not only in your surroundings, but also inside of you. You've sensed it. You've felt it. You are aware that you cannot continue to live your life in the same manner on the inside, even if you are unable to articulate it. You can't continue to worry about tomorrow tonight. You can't continue to give each dread the space it deserves in your thoughts. When I am attempting to convey to you the sensitivity I placed in you, you cannot continue to accuse yourself of being weak. You can't continue to let the adversary to take your life. I am still working, so you can't keep naming endings. You cannot claim to be wise while continuing to live in emotional survival mode. You can't continue to make silent deals with despair and then question why your soul feels down. You cannot continue to seek healing while shielding the same patterns that cause the wound to recur. Now you are aware of this, and since you are aware of it, I am requesting something more than a fleeting emotional consensus. I am requesting your reaction. I am seeking for a sincere yes, not a flashy yes that fades after an hour. I am requesting a firm, grounded, and consistent yes that manifests in your thoughts, self-torque, reaction to fear and manner of carrying, uncertainty, how you manage the night, how you perceive the delay, and how you allow me to tell your narrative. My child, this is the threshold. Feel that. There is no pressure here. This is a serious invitation. I am standing at the entrance to your next chapter, pleading with you to let go of what I've already been attempting to help you move past. I've shown you patience. I've shown you tenderness. I have encountered you in your tiredness, perplexity, self-defense, and overanalyzing your inner struggles, your dread, your weight, your late night spirals, and your concealed pessimism. I haven't made fun of you for where you've been. I haven't made fun of how quickly you re-healing. You weren't rejected because you were exhausted. You were having trouble, but I didn't turn away. You and I have been together. I've remained. I've spoken something. I have repeatedly reached out for you. Whispers, interruptions, convictions, and consolation might all occur at different times. And now I am requesting that you cease living as though you were still stuck in the past. I am yanking you out of this season, so stop dressed for it. I am training you to navigate your inner world in a different way, so stop structuring it around storms. Put an end to acting out past trauma as though it still defines who you are. Give up bracing for all the good things. Don't feel the need to apologize. Don't wait to give up until your mind is fully pleased. When I am asking for trust, quit hiding behind complexity. Enter through the door. Come as you are, but come bring your inquiries, bring your fatigue, bring your tenderness, bring your skepticism, bring your incomplete recovery, bring your erratic days, bring your fear, and I'll show it where it belongs. Allow me to retrain your habits. Bring your past and let me to reframe it. Bring your hope no matter how tiny. Don't stay at the doorway for too long, but bring your yes even if it shakes. Don't be impressed by the invitation unless you accept it. Don't keep saying one day I'll live differently. To submit to the same internal tendencies that I have already revealed. The chapter is evolving. I am going to call you forward. I am not expecting you to be flawless before you come in. Because you are still linked to the familiar, I am requesting that you cease declining the invitation. Your future is not familiar. You are not meant for the traditional coping mechanisms. You are not at home with the old dread. Your identity is not the old hopelessness. The previous version is not the final version. Listen to me now. I am inviting you to start a new chapter. And you must respond to me with more than feelings. You must respond to me by moving. This is what I want you to accomplish, and I want you to do it with intention, sincerity, and without trying to seem professional. Right now, take a seat with me in the center of your mind. Set aside the internal performance. Set aside the refined spiritual vocabulary. Put aside the part of you that wants to feel motivated without making any real changes. I want the true you. I want you to be unguarded. I want the version of you that is sick of doing the same thing over and over, and prepared to live with me in a different way. Give the previous chapter a distinct name. Describe what it has been. Was it the fear chapter? Was that the emotional survival chapter? Was that the self-criticism chapter? Was it the hopeless chapter? Did you interpret the delay chapter incorrectly as abandonment? Was that the chapter where every new moment was interpreted by past wounds? Was it the chapter where you overanalyzed till your spirit felt chucked? Give it a name, then let's close it. Not by acting as though it didn't matter. Not by disregarding the lessons it taught you. Not by downplaying the actual suffering that existed there. Ask me the next question after you've said, I am not building my life there anymore, and bravely ask it. In order for me to live in the next chapter with you, what needs to change in me? Hold on there, allow me to respond. Perhaps I will demonstrate a nightly habit that has to be broken. Perhaps I will demonstrate a mental pattern that needs to be stopped each time it arises. Perhaps I'll show you an overdue limit. Perhaps I will present you with a lie that has been subtly forming your perception of yourself. Perhaps I'll show you a relationship dynamic you've been putting up with that keeps bringing you back to your previous emotional state. Perhaps I will show you where you should start practicing trust instead of looking for certainty. Perhaps I will demonstrate that the next chapter starts with the calm everyday discipline of refusing to accept what has been robbing you of your tranquility rather than with a massive external breakthrough. Do not delay obeying whatsoever I demonstrate to you. Don't promise yourself that you will begin tomorrow. Get started right now. Get started tonight. Start with the next idea, choice, reaction, or instant. You are tempted to practice dread, give in to self-loathing, or numb yourself with old habits. Get it, bring it over to me. Make an alternative decision. I'll leave you with this because you need to carry it forward as a live conviction rather than just an emotion. That's how chapters truly change. Not just via a powerful moment, but through continuous agreement with truth. I didn't come here to console you and send you back unaltered. I wanted your attention, so I stopped you. I had something you needed to hear, so I stopped you. Your heart was tight enough for you to listen at last, so I stopped you. The previous chapter had gone on long enough, so I stopped you. I stopped you because I won't allow the adversary to continue telling your story. I stopped you because your spirit was too heavy and your intellect was too full. I halted you in order to rescue you from what has been subtly draining you. I stopped you because I am still working, mending, deepening, writing, repairing, strengthening, and calling. Now give it one last listen, and let this be the last thing you think about. The chapter that caused you pain is not leaving you behind. They are guiding you out of it. I am in the doorway with you. On the following page, I am ahead of you. I am not asking you to jump into nothingness. I am pleading with you to accompany me into a life in which fear has no last say. You do not allow hopelessness to get ingrained in your bones. Old wounds do not keep deciding your future, and your heart learns how to live open, steady, honest, and deeply anchored again. Now with your spirit, stand up. Keep your hands open. Say yes, step forward. Join me. This is the next phase of your life. I am already waiting for you there with my child. As you enter this new chapter, my child, I am pleading with you to advance not just in your life but also in your influence. This goes beyond what I am doing within you. It concerns what I intend to accomplish via you. Giving becomes a declaration that you are no longer living in the past but collaborating with me on the next piece of writing. I've spoken something. Make your tense area larger. Don't hesitate. And now is your time to grow. Giving enables hearts that are still standing at their own doorway, uncertain about whether to move forward, to hear this call. This appointment is from God. Don't take it lightly. Support via membership in Super Thanks. Use the PayPal link in the description. Then completely connect yourself with me. Use your action to say yes. Give now. Don't keep quiet if you received this message just when you needed it. Comment farther. I will not scroll past this. I am entering my new chapter. Let that be your declaration, not just your response. Make it public. Make it personal. Let your own words become the boundary between obedience and fear. This is more than just a comment. It's your way of saying that you are listening to me, finished carrying the previous chapter, and that you are saying yes to what I am doing in you right now. Up it with faith and step forward. And once you have said those words, do not rush forward as you always have. A new chapter does not begin in noise, but rather in stillness and attention. What you have declared has already shifted something within you. This is where obedience slows your step, allowing you to finally hear what matters. So stop for a moment, my child, because what comes next is meant for you right now. Yes, right where you are. I have something you need to hear, and it cannot wait. You are moving all the time, running a race that seems to have no finish line. You wake up with the weight of the day already pressing on your chest. You hear the world's incessant noise, shouting at you from your screens, your workplace, and the never-ending demands of your everyday life. I see the extreme pressure at work that makes you feel like you are never doing enough. I am fully aware of the unspoken tensions in your life. I watch as you fear the future, wondering how you will pay the bills, how you will mend the broken pieces of your life, and how you will finally be seen instead of feeling completely ignored. Stop running, stop worrying, stop striving. I am pulling gently on your heart right now. You feel that knot in your stomach, that tight ashes feeling that isn't from me. Let's undo it together. I have placed my Holy Spirit within you, and right now that Spirit is whispering. Pause. Inhale deeply. Feel the air fill your lungs. That breath is a gift from me. Like the quiet pause before a storm breaks, I am offering you a moment of profound stillness with a deep breath you take before facing a massive challenge. I love you to the moon and back. You have been living like a powerful car driving with the handbrake on, pushing so hard, burning your energy, but feeling stuck and completely exhausted. When I tell you to stop, I am not pushing you away. My stop is a redirection, not rejection. You feel like you're falling behind, but you're exactly where I want you. I am just keeping you from going down a path that will only drain your soul. You're trying to force doors open that I've firmly closed for your complete protection. Let go of the handle. Take a step back. Look at me. I am guiding you away from the brink of burnout and toward a place of deep, lasting rest. Your spiritual vision has been obscured by your own hasty and check your emails.